And sometimes there's a lack of appreciation of saving the small rands here and there. The thing is that those actually add up. So in a way, for me, connectors are already financial ambassadors in the products that they're already speaking to the community about. And I think the value that this book adds and financial education is that it moves them from people that are selling financial products to people that are actually helping people to travel their path to financial well-being.
Hello Dream Team family, and welcome to this exciting Facebook Live session. I'm so glad to have you here with us. Today we are diving into something powerful. As many of you begin earning real money through the Dream Team business, it's important that we not only make money, but we also know how to manage and grow it. That's why I'm thrilled to be interviewing Mlamuli Mbambo, the author of the best-selling book, Winning the Money Game. And we are proud to officially welcome Mlamuli and this book as an associated partner of the Dream Team. And his book is now part of our offering, which means that you can earn commissions by selling this book, just like any of our other products. More importantly, the principles inside this book, they're going to teach you a few things. Take control of your finances, build lasting wealth for your family, and win the money game for real, for life. So stay locked in. This is just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, we'll be running masterclasses with Mlamuli himself exclusively for the Dream Team connectors and their prospects. And they are valued at 20,000 Rand per class. But for our connector nation, as well as their prospects, it's absolutely free. Gain insight to these principles. This is how we're going to build income and generate that generational wealth. Stay tuned. The interview's next. Good day, Dream Team connectors and our beautiful family. We are so excited today about our conversation that we are bringing to you. We introduced something powerful, a new product, yes, but more than just a product, it is a new tool for your empowerment and the empowerment of the community. Now, please help me in welcoming our newest partner to the Dream Team business. He is our best-selling author and a financial wellness educator. He is the man behind the Winning the Money Game book, A Guide to Financial Wellbeing. Please help me in welcoming Mlamuli Mbambo. Mlamuli, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dream Team community. It's great to be here. Thank you, Stuart. And looking forward to this collaboration that I think will impact thousands and thousands of South Africans.
I completely agree. Mlamuli, so let's just begin. Let's talk about Mlamuli Mbambo. I mean, what inspired you to write this unbelievably transformational book? I've read it. I think it's fantastic. What inspired you to write it?
So, unfortunately, the inspiration doesn't come from a great place. I was working at Standard Bank as a business analyst, just climbing the corporate ladder, and my mother passed away at the time. And I've got very younger brothers, like the age gap is 9 years and 10 years. So they were still in high school, and I was worried that if I stay in Joburg, things might happen. So I went back home and I did try to run the family business, but I just didn't know enough. And things really did collapse financially. And through the odyssey of going through those things and those struggles and getting myself out of that, I learned quite a few things. And even though I have a degree in BCom economics and finance, I still did not know what was going on with the family finances and my personal finances. Even my car was repossessed and all these other things happened. Yet I had a degree in finance. And as I traveled this journey, I saw that, you know what, actually a lot of us do not know what's happening with this money thing. And I feel it's an injustice because there's so many things that go wrong when you're ignorant about money and personal finances.
Yeah, I think it's a tough story and journey to have gone through, but you've come out on the other side It's allowed you to have the experience to then write this book. And I mean, it's brilliant. I cannot wait for our connectors and all of their people to read this and gain those principles and insights as well. Really, really, really well done. So I think let's then go into my next question, which is why do you believe that financial education is so important for people like our connectors? You know, these guys are out in the field, they're speaking to the communities every day. Why is it so important for those connectors?
So I think it's very important for connectors because currently they are already helping people to make sure that they take care of their funeral cover. They're helping people to save on their data and the airtime. And sometimes there's a lack of appreciation of saving the small rands here and there. The thing is that those actually add up. So in a way, for me, connectors are already financial ambassadors in the products that they're already speaking to the community about. And I think the value that this book adds and financial education is that it moves them from people that are selling financial products to people that are actually helping people to travel their path to financial well-being. And if you can then be positioned as a person that guided someone on the path to something better, that builds trust. And once people trust you, I think it'll make the lives of connectors so much better. And nothing, I still hold that nothing sells better than word of mouth, right? So when the connector has read the book and they've seen it impact them and they share with others, it is a beautiful thing. And I think that is how we get this to others. Because the other nice thing is that the book has been proven, right? Thousands have read it, bought it, loved it. There's a lot of testimonials. And now it's about how do we get it out there to the community and get it in the hands of many people.
I love this, and we'll definitely get into the testimonials part and the case studies that you've already got. I mean, you've sent me so many videos of wonderful people around South Africa that are saying the most incredible things about the book, how it's helped them through their finances, and just understanding those principles to, you know, make sure that we continue to generate wealth for the families. Um, we're going to get into that. I also want to get into something you quickly touched on there, which was our connectors within the Dream Team business are able to refer this book, to their customers and generate a commission from the book. We'll get into that, which is very exciting. But we first have to get into the fact that our connectors need to believe that this is a book worth referring and understand those principles so it can help them and then they can make money from this book. So let's dive into the book. Can we unpack it a little bit? So
Definitely.
maybe just tell me what exactly is winning the money game. Simple terms, relatable terms that our connectors and customers can understand.
Okay, so the beauty about this is that when I was younger, I had a poetry book and a song book. So I used to write poems and songs and perform it and the like. And I brought that part of me and that gift when I wrote this book. So it's not written like a typical finance book of you must save or die type of thing. So it's not written like that. It is a beautiful story of wealthy grandparents Mkhulu and Gogo Mbata who are having a conversation with their grandson about how they achieved financial success. And as you read on, a lot of the readers see themselves as umfundo, and it's you are being gifted wealthy grandparents that you're having a conversation with about money. And the beautiful thing there is it doesn't feel like it's a session about finance, but rather it is a beautiful, quintessential African storytelling conversation about how to get to financial well-being. And think of it as indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili, and you are asking the elders how to improve in this finance thing.
That's exactly how I felt the whole way through. I thought, and I felt that I was listening to a story that was being told for the generations. And at the end of it, I went, but I've just gathered principles about financial literacy that I didn't know before. and without me getting bombarded with information of this is what you need to do. So it was a very easy way for me to gain the knowledge through storytelling. Um, I think what's important for us to understand is some of the key chapters or takeaways. I certainly got a lot, but the key chapters or takeaways that our connectors need to know about.
Okay, so I think those chapters, one of them would be money is a game. It's understanding that this money thing is a game. And why did I use that? So in my younger years, when I was still asking out girls, I would treat the whole going to ask out a girl, Ukshela, as a game. And what I found that does is it makes it less intimidating, less scary. And then I'm able to actually have a conversation with her. And obviously, some said yes, some said no. That's the nature of that. But had I not seen it as a game, I probably would not have spoken to some of them, and that would not have then become my girlfriend. So I find that money is still considered taboo because people are finding it intimidating, or some say it's boring, scary, etc. But in seeing it as a game, all it is then is just about learning the rules of the game, not being scared or intimidated, and engaging the topic, right? And once you engage the topic, you'll find that you actually can figure this thing out and it's not that complicated. So I think money as a game really works on the mindset of how to think about this money thing. The other great chapter is pick your role, where I think as connectors, they are already taking charge of their destinies, deciding that they are going to have either an additional income stream or they're going to build this business, but they're not going to just sit there and choose unemployment, right? And the beautiful thing about Pick Your Role, it's saying that get off the sidelines when it comes to money, but take charge and lead the way. And it talks about how some people are spectators, referees, and players. And I think the book will give the connectors even more information and wisdom and knowledge on them being players in the money game and shifting their finances. And the other one that I think will be of great value is the OP strategies in the chapter Abundance of Money. So OP stands for other people. And there we talk about, Kulumbata talks about OPE, other people's experience, OPC, other people's credibility, other people's network, etc., etc. Or in this case, we'll also say other people's software, Dream Team software, right? And what they will learn from that is they'll get an idea of what they're actually building is an asset. And many times when people are building an asset or building a business, they are only after funding or other people's money. But OPE, OPC, OPN, all of these other OPs, they will see how they can utilize that to actually grow their businesses.
Yeah, I absolutely love all these principles. I love the chapters. It was entertaining throughout. And I know a lot of the people that I've seen on the videos that you sent me as testimonials have shared the same experience. So I think one of the things, let's talk about that for a second, and talk about the real life changes that have happened for people that have read the book, or even people that have just attended your talks. I know you go and talk to a number of different corporates and their staff, and you have big groups that you go to and have these live sessions with them. How has this book and these talks transformed their lives? Can you give me a couple of examples?
Whoa, we could be here all day, hey? But
I know.
let me just to touch on what you just previously said. This other lady put it so very, very well, and I did ask her to borrow that line. And she said, Mla, your book and your talks are the yogi sip to the castor oil that is finance. So I think as
Brilliant.
relate when we had to take castor oil and how yogi sip makes it palatable, right? So that's, but I think let me try and choose some that, so we've had many, but let me cite one with this lady. She came, she read the book, and at that time she was complaining about what they call black tax, having to send money back home. And what I always advocate is that if it's grandparents, hand up, I mean, just help them out. It's grandparents. You wouldn't be here if they weren't there, right? But if it's siblings, cousins, etc., give them a hand up, right? And what she did was she went and bought affordable clothing, took it back home in escort, and then her siblings started reselling those clothes. And now her siblings no longer ask her for money, but they send her money to actually restock. And sometimes they even go to Durban and they do their own stock, etc., etc. And that, what has that done? She no longer has black tax from that side, but also her cousins have the dignity of making their own money, right? That was the one thing she did. The other thing she did was she wasn't happy about a bonus because she works and there wasn't really any increase because of COVID. It was COVID times. And she then started side hustles and other businesses, right? And currently she sells hemp oil based products, and they also sell body and car perfume. They've got 4 resellers, and outside of SA, they're in Swaziland, Lesotho, forget the other place, but yeah. But this, and she still has a job, right? Because what she said was, before I read your book, Mla, she's a business analyst. Before I read your book, I thought I've got my job, I've got my title, etc., and didn't appreciate the power of multiple income streams. But I mean, I know that connectors, we already appreciate that power. But what that does, it means that when some of your prospects read the book, they would also see that power and then want to join under you and become a connector as well in order to their income. So that's one great one. I think another one that I'll share is there was a sponsor that bought 2,000 copies and we across the country. And I remember specifically in Eastern Cape where the teachers, we were asking the teachers to be book champions. So the teacher brought the book in as additional reading, and the students are reading the book. And it's 3 years later, she's still doing that with those books, right? And she says the children's they're having bigger dreams, but also they are noticing the money opportunities around them. Typically, kids in schools were going, okay, I want to work hard, go to UCT, and then go work in an office. But now they're realizing that no, man, there's a hectare of land at home. How might I help uncle, granny, Kulu, etc., to package this thing properly, sell it properly? And so now they're actually seeing opportunities, because when your financial eyes are open, you start seeing opportunities for money all around you. So that's another space where it's amazing. And then the third one is, I'd use the family one, where the mother bought the book for the daughter. The daughter is in college. She's about 20, 21, 20, I think. Yeah. And she says, it was like, I'm just buying it for my daughter. But because she studies away, the mother ended up reading it, loved it, changed a few things about her financial behavior. Daughter came and read it, and now the daughter has gone from just spending money, however, to actually saving. And she saved about 10,000 Rand and has started investing in different things, right? So it really does. There's so many of them, but I think those are the key ones. And the other one that was so beautiful was, I was doing a workshop, and the attendees were getting the book as well as an add-on. And the young lady takes the book home, her mother picks it up, and her mother says, I love the book so much because I know it's not too late for me. Because the Gogo Mbata character in the book starts her business in her 40s. And she's like, it's not too late for me. And what was beautiful in that testimonial is that she says to me, then she called the children and said, guys, we need to read this as a family, because sometimes what we call generational curses are actually generational habits. And we find that we are struggling with this thing because we haven't changed the intergenerational mindset around money. And that's just a few, but there's a lot of those, yeah.
Well, I know you can go on about this. We've spoken at length about all these testimonials. Obviously, I had to believe in this book. That's why I read it. That's why I've spent a lot of time meeting you. And I believe this is going to be very beneficial for our Connector network in just understanding those principles but also with the opportunity that exists and the benefits for our connectors. So I think the next thing I'd like to do is just talk about that opportunity a little bit more. Now, our connectors, we know that they love offering value to their customers or other connectors. As you know, we've partnered with AVBOB Mutual Society, and we've got our cashback funeral plan that all of our connectors are referring and earning from, as well as with Cell C, who, if you switch over customers to the Cell C network, whenever they recharge, commissions are then flowing to those networks. So we wanted to bring in Winning the Money game as another value add to our connectors, a product that they can believe in, a product that they can refer or sell and earn from. And I think that this is exactly what it's going to be. So how does selling Winning the Money game actually benefit our connectors, financially speaking?
All right. So, financially speaking, every time you recommend a book and it's bought from your link, you will get 40 Rand, right? So that's the direct financial benefit. But I think the other great benefit is that the book allows you to have deeper conversations with people, right? So, I picture a thing of, hey, my friend, I've been struggling with ABC and I read this fantastic book and I think it might help you. And then when they read the book and you guys start discussing the book, you might find that these conversations are deeper, and you then come across as a trusted bridge to great wisdom and things that have helped them on their financial path. And some people, maybe on the onset, may not be open to either being a connector or getting a funeral cover. But once they've read the book, you might find that they actually come back to you and say, hey, Dlamini, about that book, man, I learned ABC and I now see that I actually need another income stream. How do I become a connector? Or they realize the importance of financial planning and they say, hey, I need a funeral cover. And over and above that, I think it also just it because there's also going to be financial education talks. It gives you the opportunity to give value before you even sell or recommend something. Because all it is here we're having a Facebook Live this Thursday. Please tune in, and it'll be a complimentary financial education talk. No strings attached. Just you can attend and get the value. And after that talk, they come back and they say, oh, thank you so much. You've opened my eyes. And can I become a connector? So I think it has various benefits of directly the 40 Rand, but also positioning you as a financial ambassador or an expert that has provided a bridge to something that's added value in their life. And that's a great way to start a relationship.
So I think you've touched on two big points there for our connectors to understand. So the first thing is that they can refer this book to customers. The retail price is 260 Rand for customer to purchase. And you've kindly awarded commissions on the sales of this book. So thank you very much on behalf of the connectors and the business. So what happens is 100 Rand will go into the network. But if you directly refer it, it means that you make 40 Rand, because remember, you get 40% of that lead fee. Your sponsor will get 10 Rand, their sponsor gets 5 Rand, and we pay up the line on that 100 Rand for the whole network, as per the normal compensation plan, which is, for me, very, very exciting. And then the other thing is that as a connector, understanding that I can make money from referring this book to my customers and the people that need to hear this information, I need to understand what is my hook line. What is the line that I get someone to just to spark a deeper conversation about the book? And you just said it right there. So just remind everyone about that one liner that they can use to start that conversation.
I've been struggling with ABC, and I read this awesome book, and it's helping me in certain ways, and I think it just might help you too. Here's the link. And also the beautiful thing is you can share testimonials or the PDF 3-chapter thing that we're going to discuss. So by the time they make this decision, and the other thing is you don't have to be an avid reader or someone that reads a lot of book type of thing. It's just a thing of the promise and the goal of us wanting to fix our finances is the main thing here. And here's a book that does it in a very nice African way and that does it in a story format that is relatable. So I think, I've been in restaurants where I'll just kind of put my book there and I'm having the conversation with someone, and people will walk out and say, "Hey, this looks like an interesting book. How can I buy it?" So it really does sell itself once someone understands that it's helping them to improve their relationship with money and their financial outcomes.
No, that's beautiful, Mla. So the line is, I was really struggling with ABC. Um, After reading this book, it really helped me understand how I could manage those issues or those challenges more effectively. I think this could help you too. And then the conversation is sparked. And I think that's brilliant. Um,
Sorry, Stuart, just a
yes.
quick one. The other one
Yes.
that really, this one surprised me.
Mhm.
So a lot of parents are buying it. And what the conversation I now have with parents is we all say parents should talk to their children about money. But the
Mhm.
question is, say what about money, right? Because if we don't know much about this thing and we're struggling with it, there's not much advice we can share with our kids. So I'm finding a lot of parents are actually utilizing the book as that to start that conversation and advise their children about
Excellent.
the money matters.
Mm. So obviously, there's a lot of lessons that one can pull out of the book, and this is for anyone that's wanting to better understand their financial education and what they should be doing. Specifically for the connectors, how do they apply winning the money game to win it on their side?
No, definitely. So the beautiful thing is that, and we also wish this, that you are actually the first person to read the book as a connector. And you'll find that what it does then, it allows you to start actually shifting your relationship with money. Unfortunately, a lot of us, our relation with money is negative. One of the questions that I ask in my workshops is, would money marry you? And for most people, it's either a no or it's complicated, right? So if money was your spouse, given how you treat her or him, how much time you spend with it, what you know about their likes, dislikes, would it really marry you? And if the answer is complicated or not, then it is no wonder that certain things don't work out because it's not just about making money. So the great thing about Dream Team is that it is helping you make the money, but behavior then manages the money, and wisdom and knowledge then multiplies and grows that money. So that is where the book and the financial education talks are coming in to help you then manage that money properly and grow it and grow your business. So that is the direct benefit, I think, is that first you will have your own personal financial transformation and improvement, and then you will help your communities then also have that.
Mla, that is a perfect answer. I think that's one of the. I know why we're bringing you and this book into Dream Team now, and I do think it's perfect timing. Why do you think it's the perfect timing for the book to come into the Dream Team network?
So I think it's perfect timing because the truth of the matter is the economy is not good,
Hmm.
right? So we're not in a good space in terms of the economy. And strangely enough, or sadly enough, my work started picking up when COVID happened and there was retrenchment, and people realized that job security is not as secure as they thought it is, and people started being more honest about their financial struggles. So, in a struggling economy where we need to make every rand count, financial education does become even more important.
Hmm.
So, yes, we might not talk about it in the braai, etc., but in the back of our minds, most South Africans, as we say, bayakuisha. Most South Africans are struggling to make ends meet
Yeah.
and are looking for certain solutions. And one of the solutions is Dream Team and a multiple income stream. but maybe people have not been able to explain it to them properly. So by them reading the book, they then see their financial eyes are then open to other possible solutions, one of them becoming a connector and having an additional income. And that person would obviously then join under the connector that, brought them to this great knowledge.
I think that's brilliant. From my side, running and managing this company, I think it's perfect timing that we bring you into this business, the education that you're going to provide, as well as the book and being able to refer and earn from the book, is because in this business we are 2.5 years old, and I'm so proud of where we've come from and where we are sitting now. I think that we've adjusted and pivoted the business to a point where it is the perfect product. I'm not talking about like actual products, but the product of Dream Team as an offering and business opportunity. I think we are in a very comfortable space now, where our connectors can really and truly earn from this business. I know that they are and will be earning from this business. And as they are earning from this business, it is very important to have the principles of finance ingrained in you. And there's no better way to do this than to bring you in, as well as your book and its principles. So that's why I feel it's perfect timing. Our connectors are going to be earning a lot of money through this business. They now need to understand the principles in which to manage that wealth, or create the wealth, for generations to come. So I'm so happy that we are starting this journey together now, and I think it is just perfect timing for where we are in Dream Team. So thank you for that.
No, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Beautiful. So let's just talk about our weekly talks, and the sort of the long-term value of those talks. Because we're not just stopping at this book. What our partnership is that you'll be doing a 4-part series of weekly financial education talks for our connectors, and for all of their prospects. So obviously everyone is invited. I know that there's a value attached to each one of those talks, and for our connector network and their prospects, it's free. So thank you so much. Now, what can our connectors expect? What kind of topics will you be covering in these weekly sessions? Do you want to just give us a nice rundown?
Yes. So that's actually something that I'm also very, very excited about, because the testimonials that have come from these talks in different places with different companies and stuff have been truly, truly, truly amazing. So I'm glad that this will be going out to more people. You'd appreciate that there's only so many people you can reach when your clientele is just the corporates, right? So now I feel like I'm going out to the community and reaching the masses. So the first talk is Winning the Money Game Talk, and that is sort of an overview of money and finances and the critical things to know in order to get to financial well-being. And the second one is Discover Your Money Tribe. And that one is about, where do you fit in? What are your natural talents and default settings for earning money? So we would all know that there's things that when you do, it's as if time no longer exists, because you are in alignment with your natural tribe for earning money. So it's to highlight that, so that you know the value that you bring to the table. What it does was it makes it clear that who you are, ungubani, what is your value proposition, and also the kind of people that you work well with, and who perhaps you should add to your team as you're building your Dream Team business. So that's a great one there. And the other one is the power and art of storytelling. So over in that one, I share how sales or having a conversation with someone is more about just sharing a story rather than trying to pitch or do this now, or, high pressure, etc. And in that one, you would leave that one saying, oh, okay, my product or service this is potentially the story that I should create around it. And this story, and it's about creating a message that will move the masses, right? So that's one of the things there. A quick thing is that many times when you talk about our products or services, we want to discuss the process and not the promise. The story is in the promise, especially if the promise has been fulfilled for others, type of thing. So that's the third one. And then in the fourth one, it's the Winning the Money Game book discussion, where we have an interview with someone that has read the book or read the first three chapters, and they tell us a bit of their experience. And thereafter, we mention certain parts in the book, like key principles, gems, and nuggets. And these are things that you can then utilize to have that conversation that would get someone excited to also read the book.
Mm. Yeah, I'm so excited for the next 4 weeks of covering these topics. What we're going to be doing is hosting a Facebook Live session every Thursday for the next 4 weeks at 7 p.m., where you'll be sharing these topics and insights on each. I'm going to be joining. I'm going to be listening in high attendance, and I hope that all the connectors are going to be doing the same, inviting their prospects to come. Obviously, everything will be posted onto Facebook. If you can't watch it at 7 p.m. on a Thursday, but please try attend live, because there's going to be a Q&A afterwards where you can ask Mlamuli directly these questions that you have on the various chapters. I think in wrapping up this session, let's just speak directly to our connectors. What would you say to a connector who is currently feeling a little bit stuck or unsure right now?
So I would say that to that connector, just the more you learn, the more you can earn, right? So I believe that if I have not achieved something, there's something that I don't know, which means there's something that I have not learned. And the beautiful thing is, Dream Team is now bringing knowledge that assists in one of those very critical elements, which is money, but also having conversations that lead to money. So I would say I would buckle up. I would be in the sessions. I would read the book and get the inspiration and get the knowledge and the wisdom to really start tackling this aspect. And the other thing is to say that maybe you were uncomfortable having the Cell C conversation. Maybe you were a bit uncomfortable going straight at the funeral cover conversation. But you can start with the book conversation. I mean, we recommend books anyways. I recommend books. I literally did a book review the other day for someone on my socials and stuff. It's something very natural to recommend with anyone. So maybe start there, build that trust, and build that knowledge, and then you will step up back into the other products as well.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, my friend. I want to thank you for all of your time taken to have this interview on Facebook Live. What I would love for you to do now is just stick around, and we can open the floor to a Q&A with all of our connectors on this live session. If we can I'll jump off the call. You can then address the connector network. They'll post any questions that they have on the feed or the comment section, and I'd love for you to just answer them. Start connecting with all of our unbelievable leaders in this business, and I'm really excited for you to get to know many, many more of them. So Mla, thank you for your time. I look forward to having Winning the Money Game book within the Dream Team business. Maybe within your address in your live, you can just explain to everyone where to find the special links. And as we go through that process, they become more informed and start connecting with their customers. So, Mla, thank you so much for your time. Look forward to the future ahead with you.
Okay, no, thank you. thank you, Stuart. And I think the first step for those that are maybe in a rush and they can't stay with us is to just go to the chat and download the first three chapters, have a read, have a look-see, get a feel, so that you are empowered, one, with the principles of Kulu and Gogombata, but also that you understand this better, so by the time that you get your unique link, you really know what the book feels like.
Beautiful. Mla, thank you very much.